I am Dr. Sanjive Tyagi, Associate Professor, Department of CSE, Faculty of Engineering and Technology, Swami Vivekanand Subharti University. Today, I will discuss one of the important topics in programming, that is object-oriented programming using C++. If you understand this concept using one language, that may be C++, right now I am taking C++ as an example. The concept of object-oriented programming is being used by mostly all of the languages like Java language, Python. Every language nowadays, modern languages, using the concept of object-oriented programming. So we should know the concept of object-oriented programming very well. Object-oriented programming mainly focus on the objective that is to be manipulated. See, there is a concept of class in object-oriented programming. That concept of class means normally whenever we are writing the program, that program is made up of data variables and the functions. In the case of object-oriented programming, all the member variables and the functions tied together into one entity, that is known as the class. So that what happened by this means the functions which are not in the part of the class, they cannot use the functions, use the members of the class. So you should know what is a class. A class is like a blueprint for an object. See, if you want to maintain the data of employee, then your objective is to manage the data of employee using the variables and the functions. And so for this you will make a class, and you will define all the functions in the class, and then you will create the class object of the class, and then you can achieve your objective. We can refer this class, a class is like a blueprint for an object. Blueprint means that all the things which we want to manage for this object, we mention in the class. All the functions and variables we mention in the class when defining a class. A class is user-defined data type. We call this class as a user-defined data type. Normally, as we use the int, float, char, these are the inbuilt data types. Similarly, when we create the class, we can use our class as user-defined type. Means we can create the objects, as many as objects we want from this class. Data members are the data variables. We call this class consists of data members and members functions, which can be accessed and used by. See, I will explain you by this data members, and this is member functions. Fine. Member variables. Data members means what is the meaning of data members? For example, int, emp, no, char, name, 20. So many data members are required in your program. And for this, you require the functions. See, some functions maybe we can take get data function. This function will use to initialize these variables. And second function we can take here this calc data, and another function we can take here display out. For example, we are taking three functions here, right? One for initializing the variables, second for if you want to do some calculations, that all the calculations we mentioned in the calculator, and all the, after calculating all the requirement, as per requirement, you would like to display them on the monitor. What this, all the display statement, all the output statement will be displayed in this display. So when we are making the class, these variables and these functions are into one entity, that is class. Okay, and when we create the object, then we call the function and we achieve the objectives of calculations and all. Fine. I will discuss another thing now. Okay. Next is, yes, what is object? See, after creating the class, we have to create the object. Object is the main thing. For example, you have created the class EMP. See, I will show you this by, okay, now you have created the class EMP. This consists of data variables and the functions. Now this is void main, and you are writing here this, your class name is EMP. EMP we are referring as the user defined data type. So E1, this is the object of the class. This is the object of class. So now, when we have created this employee class, it has not been occupied the memory. Its variable have not occupied the memory. But when the object is created, then all the variables which we have in the program, they have got the memory. They have got the memory in the computer system. So without creating the object, we cannot call the functions. When a class is defined, no memory is allocated, but when the instance means that E1, instance means we are creating the object of EMP class. When its instance is created, means object is created, then memory is allocated. What is clear? Now next, this is a simple small program. What we are doing, hash include iostream. Iostream is here the header file, or we can say is a library file. This file especially is used here to manage all the input stream and output stream. Input stream and output stream. Input stream, we manage with the help of this CIN statement, and output statement, output stream, we manage with the help of cout statement. So whenever we are writing the program in C++, this is the structure of writing the program. You have to include this library file, it is compulsory, and you have to write using namespace std. This is the name of the package which you are including in your program, and this is the method of, this is mentioning here namespace, mentioning this package you are including in your program. Or cout statement and CIN statement are defined in this std package, and this std package in iostream. So this is the basic structure. Now I will discuss this. Again, I have explained here, you can read it afterwards. Next slide. Using namespace. The using directive tells the compiler, I was using the using keyword. Okay, using directive tells the compiler to include the code from library that have separated by namespace, similar idea to the package in other languages. We have packages in the Java. Similarly, we have namespaces in the C++. Okay, so now See, there are two methods for writing the program. In the case of when you are writing a C program in Turbo C++, then the method there is no need to mention using namespace. Then what we do, hash include means including the library file iostream.h. Okay, and all the functions, all the things of this iostream.h file are included in this program. Now we can use this cout statement, because this cout statement is defined inside this iostream.h file. So this is the structure of C++ program when we are using the Turbo C. Basic input output operation I am explaining again. C++ IO operation uses the stream concept. Stream concept, very important. Stream concept. The series of bytes or flow of data is referred as a stream. Stream means the bytes, the data is flowing in the form of stream of bytes in computer system. For example, if the data is flowing from output devices, from monitor, from keyboard, from any other device to the memory, then it is known as the input stream, because that byte of stream is coming inside the computer system in the memory. That is why it is known as the input stream. When data is going from memory to the output devices, like any message, any variable value is coming to the monitor, then this is referred as output stream, because stream of byte is flowing from computer memory to the output devices. That is why it is known as the output stream. This point is clear. Now I will discuss important thing now. Now I will explain more about the iostream.h. This is one of the important file which is used here for. It is one of the most important header file for input output operation in C++. I input, O output, S stream. Okay. It stands for input output stream. This header file most typically used classes are CIN, standard input. What is the meaning of standard input? Means CIN statement is used for taking the input from standard input devices. The standard input devices is always keyboard. And similarly, cout statement is used for standard output. Standard output device is always a monitor, which allow you to read user input and display the output. It means this CIN statement is used to read the inputs from outside devices, from keyboard to memory, and output statement is used to display memory variables value, any message to the monitor, to the output device. Handle function in C++. The word handle in C++, a programming language, stands for end of line. Furthermore, the use of handle in C++ takes place to move the cursor to the beginning of next line. Moreover, we can say this statement is used to create a blank line, a new line. It is similar to the /n escape sequence in C or in other languages. Important thing, this is your wish to use handle. Sometimes you can use /n also to create the line, new line. Next line. Example of IO operations, it means a program in which I am using cout statement and CIN statement. Okay, cout statement, CIN statement. Here hash include iostream.h. This is the header file which we are including here. Main is the main function, and this is starting of the program, this is ending of the program. Int num is the variable which we are taking here. Cout, enter a number. Cout is the output statement. It will display a message on, it will display this message on the monitor, and cin is the input statement. This cin statement will take the input from keyboard to the memory variable num. Fine. And again I am using the cout statement here. Cout, you enter. This will display a message. So I will show you when I will execute this program, how the output will come. So when you execute this program, the output of program. See, this statement display, this is the monitor, you can see. This is VDU. Cout will display a message, enter a number. Okay, and this cin num is the input statement. See, your program will pause to get this cursor will blink here because you have used your cin statement, and your program is paused until you have inputted any value, for example this 20. You press the enter key, then in memory this variable num equal to 20 means what the value you have inputted, this 20 value is stored in the num variable inside the memory of the computer system. Then this statement you will execute. This will display cout statement. This is a redirecting statement. This is representing your output stream. Okay, so you entered, then this message will display. You entered. Okay. Then to display a memory variable value, this num. What is the value of num here? This 20 will be displayed. Okay, and this and then will bring the cursor. The cursor will come here, which is this is the way of simple output statement, input statement you are using in this simple small program C++. Okay, now I will discuss functions. I will discuss function. This is one of the important topic in C++. Okay, what is the function? Whenever you have the large program, then what you have to do, writing large program is sometimes it is difficult. So what we have to do, that large program we have to decompose into smaller program. For this we will have to do the modular programming. What we do in the modular program, a large program is decomposed into smaller modules so that we can manage them easily. After decomposing the program into modules, all these modules are designed in the form of this functions. So any program, any C++ program can have multiple functions. Why we are doing the study of functions? Unless we don't have the good knowledge of function, we cannot write the program using classes in C++. Okay, because a class is always consists of member variables and the functions. Member variables and the functions. There is a very much application of the function in C++, classes. So we should have the good knowledge of functions. That is why I am discussing here separately concept of functions. Function declaration, function arguments, return statements and values, these are the important part of the functions. Functions are the building blocks of the program. Point is clear? They make the program more modular. Modular means module wise, topic wise, function wise. We divide the program into modules, or we can say we divide the program into functions. They make the program more modular and easy to write, easy to read, and easy to manage. A C++ program must contain the function main. Whenever you are writing the program, then you have the functions outside the main, and main function will call all the functions. So all C++ program must contain the function main. The main function is always have to be right in your C++ program. The execution of the program starts from the function main. Function is divided into the three sections. Whenever you want to use the function in your program, there are three steps. You can say there are three steps. Number one is the function declaration. Normally when you have the C++ program, whenever you have any program, you have to declare the variables. Similarly, when you have a program which consists of function, then you have to declare the function where you are declaring the variables. The first is declaration of the function. Second is calling the function. That calling the function we do inside the main, and the definition of the function, or you can say body of the function, we do outside the function body. Okay. Form of function. Form of function. This is simple example. Here we are mentioning the function name. Function declaration. Function name may be user defined. Function name is the user defined. And return type is the data type. That will be integer data type, float data type, char data type. There are so many data types. Any data type can be mentioned here before the function name as per the program. And this is the parameter list. That parameter list we mention here data type and the variable name as per the program requirement. After the declaration of the function, then we write the main function like int main and this function name. You know what is this? This is the calling of the function. This is the calling of the function. Okay, and after, this is starting the main. This is closing of the main. Now outside the main, we are writing the definition of the function. It will be more clear when I will take the example. A function declaration is made by declaring the return type of the function, name of the functions, data type of the parameter list of the functions. It means three things you have to specify when you are declaring the function. Return type, function name, parameter list. Always terminated by the semicolon. When you are declaring the function, then it should always terminated by the semicolon. The general form of function declaration. Again, I am explaining here. Function name is the user defined function name, parameter list, and return type. The return type specify the type of data that function returns. The parameter list could be empty. The parameter list could be empty. The parameter list should contain both data type and the name of variables. For example, you see, in this case, factorial is the name of function. Okay? See, in this case. This is the function name. Fine. I am taking a factorial. You can take another function name also. I am taking another example. I am taking facto. My function name is now facto, and return type is int, and it will accept always two parameter int. Here using this a, I am writing. I can declare in this way also. You can give any. You know what I mean to say here. You can give any name to this function name. This is user defined function name. Okay. Similarly, other functions you can declare. For example, you have any function like power function. Power. This is the name of the function, and here int x, int y, and it will return suppose float. This is another example of function declaration. So many functions. Any function can have many parameters. I am taking another function, sum. Sum is the function name. It may have 3 parameters: int, this. In this case, I am passing 3 parameters. Parameter list is having the 3 integer type value, and this function will return suppose int. So this is the method of declaring the so many type. So this is the first step of declaring the function in C++. Okay. Now this is argument contains. Argument contains the actual arguments, actual value which is to be passed to the function when it is called. See, when you are calling the program, when you are calling the function, there you have to specify the values of the parameter list. These are referred as actual arguments. These are referred as actual arguments. Okay, the sequence of the argument in the call of the function should be the same as the sequence of parameter in the parameter list of the declaration of the function. Okay, and when a function is called, is made, argument replaces the parameter of the function. Okay, so I will show you a simple small example, very small example here that I will show you. Okay, yes. Fine, you are using this is hash IO extreme dead edge. Fine, and then this is int main. Okay, now I am taking here one function I am declaring 3 variables int a, b, c. This is the variable declaration. This is the variable declaration. Now the first step here I am doing the sum and int and this will return int. Fine. So here function name is sum, and I will give 2 integer value to this function, and this function will return the sum value, sum in integer form. Okay, this is a declaration section. For example, I am taking here a equal to 10 semicolon, b equal to 20. Fine. So I have assigned the value. This value I can assign with the help of input statement also, but I am, for example, in this case I have assigned value directly here to the variables instead of using the input statements. Okay. Now next what I am to do, this is calling. Now I have to do calling of this function. So how to call this function? See, c equal to sum, and I will write this a b. Okay, this is calling of the function, and these are known as the actual arguments. These are known as the actual arguments. Okay. After this, what you will do, you will print the value C out. For example, I am writing here this sum. Okay, and this C. Fine. Now this is close. So I have done here two steps. The first step I have done here is the declaration function. This is calling the function. Now definition body I have to write outside the main. See, for example, I am writing here definition. Definition, this sum int x, int y, int now ret u are in return x plus y semicolon this. Okay, so how will this program execute? This is the declaration section. Now a equal to 10, b equal to 20, and this is the calling the function. When this calling the function will execute, then when this sum, the program will come to this definition, and this value of a will pass to this x, this value of b will pass to this y. It means now x and y is having this 10 and y is having 20, and return x plus y, it will give you 30, and this 30 value will be returned to this c value. Now c will have the 30. Okay, now in this case we are calculating sum with the help of this calling the functions. After this statement will execute this statement, and it will print here output, that you will get output sum. Fine. This is a simple example of calculating this function. Okay, now I will explain you one more example of the function. This is a simple example of program. Now see, this is iostream.h header file I have used here. conio.h I am including here for if I am using clr, scr and get ch. This statement if I want to use, then conio.h file I will have to include. And this is the declaration of function. This is declaration of function. Fine. The main function definition start, and here the main definition is close. Here we are declaring this n1 fact, two variables. Cout, enter the number whose number to be calculated, handle and ci. For example, you have inputted here this n1 equal to 3. It means you want to do the calculation, you want to calculate factorial of 3. So this is what? This is calling of function. Fine. n1. What is the n1 now? This n1 is 3. When this statement executes, what happened? The compiler searched the factorial function within the body of the program. So its function definition is written on the next page. See, this is the function definition. This is the function definition. Fine. Function definition. Okay. Now, when function is called, this n value will come. This is 3. The whole program will give you the calculate the factorial of 3. This is 1 into 2 into 3. This value will be stored in this fact equal to this will be 6, and returning the fact. It means fact equal to 6. This value will return to the main program. where it was called here. Now after calling, this will have the fact equal to 6. Fact equal to 6. See. So wait, just a minute. Okay. Yes. So now in this case, after calling, the program come back to this statement. Program come back to this statement. The fact will have 6, and it will print here the factorial of, the output will be factorial of 3 is 6. This will be the output. I will show the output, how the output will display. Fine. Okay. Then I will close today's lecture. Yes. Output of this program. This message will be displayed. You can see out. This is the output statement. Factorial of, what is n1? N1 is, the value of n1 is 3, and this message will come as it is, and fact we are having here 6, so this will print here 6. Fine, and then we'll create the line, cursor will come here, so this will be the output of this program. Okay. Thank you for today's lecture. Now, next topic I will discuss on another lecture.